So one thing about deadlifts, do them long enough, you'll learn to hate them, especially doing them on the Smith machine. But there is a safe way, an effective way to do them. So here we go. Peace everyone, this is Kashim and welcome back to the Fortified Fitness and Strength channel. Let me say at the outset that my voice, I've been having some trouble with it lately, so I may not be as loud as I am in some of my other videos, but I believe the audio is still okay. Hope you can hear me just fine. This is the third video in a series on how to train the competitive power lifts at Planet Fitness or on a Smith machine if you happen to be doing it elsewhere. I will put the links to the first two videos, one on the squat and one on the bench press, in the description box. What you see me doing here are some pulls with my feet on the floor. This is the normal bottom position on the Smith machine, but this is not where I'll be doing my work sets from. As you can see, after that, what I do is stack a few plates. I use 25-pound plates. And the reason for that, you'll be able to see a little more directly in just a moment when I'll put some comparative still shots up on the screen. But what this does is changes the position of the bar where you start the pull from. When you're standing, doing a normal deadlift, you're standing on the floor and the plates that are loaded onto the barbell are also on the floor. And so the bar is just about where you see it along my shins at the start of the pull. On a Smith machine, just by the nature of the way the machine is loaded, the plates are never on the floor. So at the lowest position on the Smith machine, the bar itself, the part that you're actually grasping in your hand, is in a much higher position than it would be at the start of a normal deadlift when the bar on the floor. And those safety stops at the bottom of the track cannot be moved. So while you can't get the bar lower, you can get yourself higher. And you see the difference in this still shot. The one on the right is with my feet on the floor, and you see how high the bar is. I'm wearing calf length socks. So that bar is getting not quite to my knee, but close to it. That's almost rack pull territory. That's not what we're going for here. But in the one on the left, you can see that the bar is much closer to the position in which you would be pulling a barbell from if you're doing a standard deadlift from the floor with a free barbell. So now I'll take you around the machine and show you how my setup looks from a couple of different angles. Again, I use 25-pound plates, and I stack a pair for each leg or each foot. And then I have them turned so that when I'm standing on them, my feet are not on the gaps in the plates that we basically use for handles. So when you're exerting force and driving your feet into those plates, you will notice the difference between driving your feet into the plates when there's a solid chunk of plate under your foot, or a 2-inch gap under the front or back of your foot. You'll notice. Something I've mentioned in the previous videos that's worth repeating here is paying attention to the direction of the track, or I should say the angle of the track. As you notice, I'm facing what I think most would commonly call the front of the machine, and the track does not go vertically or perfectly vertical up and down. It is angled slightly. So as you go down, the bar or the track tends to drift away from you a bit, and as you go up, the plate comes, or the bar comes towards the lifter. So if you're doing deadlifts in a Smith machine, whether at Planet Fitness or elsewhere, and the Smith machine track is angled like the one you see here, you definitely want to do your deadlifts facing this direction. I did not do any on this day. Actually, I learned on the first day why you should not do them facing the opposite direction. At the bottom of the deadlift, if you do them facing the opposite direction, you can get in a much better starting position. You'll get in a position in which the bar feels much more like it would if you're lifting a normal barbell, because you'll be able to get the bar right up on your shins at the start. However, at the end of the lift, or as you do the lift, rather than pulling the bar close to you, if you're facing the other way, you'll be pulling and the bar will be going away from you as you rise. That is a recipe for disaster for your lower back. Just please take my advice. If you don't take my advice on anything else on this, if you have to deadlift on a Smith machine, don't do it facing that direction. Your back will hate you for it. And then you'll hate yourself for not having done it another way. Another point on deadlifting at Planet Fitness or a facility like it, as you notice this set, I've started using Versa grips, and I was not using any grip aid prior to this set. I have not seen anything posted, but based on everything else that and I'm sure the rest of you know about the culture at Planet Fitness, I'm going to guess that chalk is not something that they want us bringing in there. I haven't even tried it yet. But Versa grips, those are fine. I've seen plenty of people using straps, and I have not seen anyone discouraged or denied from using them. So I use Versa grips, and I haven't had any problems as far as that goes. However, I have noticed that even with the Versa grips, doing heavy multi-rep sets tends to be troublesome as far as the grip goes. Not that my grip gives out, even though these bars are incredibly smooth and and are just bad to deadlift with. But because of the track and the way the bar on that track rolls, it wants to roll out of your hand, even with the grip aid. So what I do often is, for my heaviest sets, I do cluster sets like this, where I'll take a brief rest in between the reps, and so that way I'm able to get a decent amount of work in, still in a relatively short amount of time. So what you're seeing here are my rests between the clusters. In real time, they're about 30 seconds long, but I have them sped up for the sake of this video, so you don't have to just see me standing around doing nothing. Another benefit of the cluster set is protection for yourself against something that Planet Fitness is probably most notorious for, and that is the dreaded lunk alarm. Now, I've heard that alarm plenty of times at this gym, but it's not because, honestly, people are dropping stuff or being loud. I've only seen and heard it used at the Planet Fitness I go to, because it's a day in which they're actually going to close, and it's almost closing time. It's like their warning signal. I actually did hear it on the day that you see me, on which I recorded this video, and you'll see why in a bit. You won't hear the alarm. I didn't catch that on video, but you'll see what I'm talking about on the very last clip. So while you've probably noticed I haven't dropped any of these deadlifts as they get heavier by doing the cluster sets, it's a lot easier to make sure that I don't drop any of them, and I can be nice and quiet putting them all down, and nobody gives me any trouble deadlifting at Planet Fitness. Here I'm doing straight reps, obviously. This is not a cluster set, but because the weight is lighter, I'm able to still be quiet when I'm putting these down. Keep myself out of trouble. It closes at 7. They're closing in less than 5 minutes. So last set's getting done in the dark. As I mentioned, they take some drastic measures to let us know they're about to close. The lunk alarm is one. Shutting down the lights is another one. But I guess it's fitting to use this clip to go ahead and wrap up this video. That's all I have on deadlifts for now. If you've made it this far, I appreciate you taking the time to listen, especially with my voice. I I think my next video I'll explain why I sound so bad. Please take a moment to like this video, drop a comment down below with any feedback you have, and make sure to subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell, and I will see you all in the next video. Thanks again for watching. Peace, everyone.